Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Market Update, your daily source for everything trading, strategy, and personal improvement. Hopefully you guys are doing absolutely fantastic wherever you happen to be, however you happen to be tuning into today's show. We are live streaming on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Today is December 16th. 2024, foul year of our Lord. What a beautiful day. Bitcoin pushing into price discovery. Last time I looked at the chart, when I put out my morning report just a little bit ago, we were at 106,000, now 107,000. Next it's going to be 108,000. We are in price discovery mode, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what I said on Friday's show and Friday's report. Bitcoin is going to be breaking out to $120,000 probably over the next 2 weeks. High probability that we do see that before Christmas or on or around Christmas. The time horizon for the Bitcoin trading signal that we put out is 2 to 4 weeks. And that's generally our safe estimate based on our previous models of returns and after kind of analyzing all of our risk returns. It tends to be that for our swing trades, we tend to always recommend 2 to 4 weeks or closing out once the optimum or posted price target has been reached. But less about that and more about Bitcoin. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. Did you have a good weekend? Sound off in the chat. I see the early chatters in here. I see Jordan. I see Yes to Crypto. I see Jeremiah Johnson. I see Chase. I see Mahmood. I see Timmy K. Good to see you guys and good morning to you. Hopefully your coffee is locked and ready to go. Not only is my coffee locked and ready to go, I got the French press. Now the reason I have the French press is because I ordered a Hamilton Beach Flex Brew. Loved it. Bought it back in June. Really liked it. It was nice. And then the other day, the thing is, it has like this, it's like a Keurig, but I don't put K-Pods in there. I use, I grind my own coffee and I put it in the little thing, right? And then you just wash it and all. Okay. So loved it. But then it's got this spring thing that you push down. And then the other day when I was brewing coffee, that thing just exploded and threw coffee all over my kitchen. It was great. I emailed Hamilton Beach. That was a week ago. They have not gotten back to me yet, which I'm not a big fan of that because Scheels, my favorite store, I email them and they get back to me within like 2 hours. Chewy, where I buy all my pet supplies for my dog and my, unfortunately, cat, I email them. They get back to me within 2 hours. All right. So Hamilton Beach, I'm on your bullshit. Okay. Anyways, guys, we have a great show for you guys today. We're going to talk about a lot. Hopefully, we're going to make quite a bit of money today. We are in price discovery mode for BTC. So I am currently running my aggressive pullback strategy and my aggressive breakout strategy. So anytime a new lower time frame high is reached, we long. Anytime we have a 5-minute dip, we buy. All right. So that is the strategy that is currently running right now. And Trump talks live, crypto goes up. Let's go. Now, let's talk about this. Not too much, I think, crazy happened over the weekend. Things we need to, of course, be aware of upcoming. This week, we are going to have, although not a lot of people are talking about it, and I don't necessarily think that it's the most impactful thing. You probably won't hear too much about it. It is something for you to be aware of. However, this was much more relevant several months ago when the carry trade was, kind of in crisis or in jeopardy and closing out. But that's really been a meta for 6 months, honestly, to be quite honest with you. We're very reactionary as traders, and we tend to think that, today is all of it. Did I just bump my camera? Whoop. I don't know if I like that. No. All right. I'm putting up new, I'm widening the panels here probably this week. So hopefully we will have that going on. Anywho, that is the Bank of Japan rate cuts coming this week. And then, of course, on Wednesday, the Federal Reserve Bank, the one bank to rule them all, they will be very much likely cutting interest rates. Now, this is controversial because, of course, we in America, we want rate cuts. We want the price of credit to go down. We want a more business-friendly capitalist environment. Of course, that's more a political aspect. But, lowering interest rates tends to make the economy better. But the issue is, the controversial part is that we do want to be aware of an overheated market. All right. Now, I think at this point in time, if we go into like overheat mode, which I don't think we're really there yet. But if we go into overheat mode, that basically just means that, hey, the next 3 to 6 months are going to be bananas. and grab as much cash as you can, because the potential bust that comes after that would likely be pretty bad. And so we do want to be aware of this. We remember back for crypto, for my crypto heads out there, for my only crypto heads, back in 2021, things seemed so bullish. There were so many bullish catalysts on the horizon, but yet the market still topped, and the market still went from 60,000 all the way down to the collapse of FTX. All right, that still happened. Okay. And for those trading on the fundamentals, or those, you know, not really trading, I guess, more just investing, it was quite a shock, right? That the market can come down amidst such good news. But it is the truth that it is in those moments of very much bullish euphoria that we reach a market top. Okay. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're near yet. So 2025 should be amazing. And I don't think that we're going to get the third pullback that I was kind of worried about. Of course, now this big movement from Bitcoin tends to suck liquidity out of altcoins. So altcoins, again, maybe I'm right about this after all, might still have that third dip. We seem to see some of them in the midst of it, but then some others like XRP, just like, oh, I don't care. So we're going to cover all that and more. Before we begin, we do this show every weekday, approximately from 10 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time. You know, we're doing all, we rarely start at 10. It's usually like 10:30. If you want to support the show, if you want to support what we're doing, our mission here is to provide you with objective analysis, objective strategies, objective trading education, and teach you guys how to take your trading and investment hobby and treat it like a business. All right. I've been trading cryptocurrency full time since 2016 and Forex prior to that. So there is a vast lack of good information out there, of objective information out there, and that is our mission, to empower the next generation of traders. If you want to support us in that mission, please smash that like button. It really helps us out in the algorithm on all of the platforms. It really helps boost us up, gets new people in, and we really need that. And please subscribe. That way you don't miss an episode. Hit that bell. In addition to that, you can follow me on X. All right. You can follow me on TradingView. On X, I'm at cracking_crypto. I post my alpha report every single morning and evening, weekdays. All right. Giving you guys my view of the markets, how I'm positioning. I post trade signals. All of that is public. The public report is quite truncated. All right. I post the full depth. I go over Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Doge, and Solana every single day in full depth, morning and evening, as well as the altcoin markets and the shitcoin markets. All right. My picks, what I'm doing, my plays, all of my portfolios, all of that. The full report is available to Crypto Trading Academy members. First link in the description. Second thing before we begin, Christmas season trading competition is still going on at BYDFi. All right, $2,300 prize pool. Top 5 traders will share 80% of that. The other 20% will go to traders who trade over $100 in volume. So anybody can participate. Anybody can trade $100 in volume. You can go sign up for free. You'll get that VIP level 1 fee advantaged account, which will give you 17% off your trading fees right out of the gate on BYDFi. Access over 600 pairs. Thank you for BYDFi for doing that for us. So go sign up. That's the second link in the description. With all that out of the way, if you have chart requests, if you have things you want to talk about, please, if you have funny things that you find on X that I can shit post on, please go to the Discord, put those in our Discord at me, and I will look at those things live on stream. As far as the chart requests, you can just put them right in the chat. All right, with that all the way, let's get going. All right. Woo. It's so good. I'm gonna have to go get creamer here in a second, but I got my water, I got my coffee, we're all loaded to go. Music's on, let's turn that baby up. As always, let me know if the music is too loud. I want it to be a nice, you know, cappuccino for Chase. Loving it, man. Loving it. All right. We got the BYDFi terminal opened up right now. Let's, before we get into that, let's just deal with the dibby to-dos. I want to look at some of our on-chain metrics first before we get started here. All right, first thing, of course, that we can talk about, big picture, of course, with Bitcoin, where are we at in the cycle? This is the power law corridor. This has essentially been our roadmap for every single Bitcoin cycle. It's the simplest. It is the easiest. You could make it more complicated, of course, to attempt to time and get these tops, but I digress. This is where we're at. The common question that I get and that I have continually gotten, and honestly, I've been arguing against it for the better part of a year. I don't think that, you know, anybody who thinks that this is a possibility or who holds to this is stupid. By no means, that's not what this is. But I don't think that it is correct. I don't think that we are going to have a left-hand cycle, which is a cycle that is going to terminate earlier. There are multiple factors that can kind of give strength to that argument, like the law of diminishing returns, the law of logarithmic growth reduction, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But no, I don't think we're going to have a left-hand cycle. In fact, I think we're going to have a right-hand cycle because of several things, like the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Act. So when I look on X, all right, and I just saw a post on X. Let me go find it. It's kind of funny. Here we go. All right. By the way, guys, let's get to 2,000 followers. I'd really appreciate that. Go on over there. It's in my notifications. The ranch lawyer. Yeah, this is funny. He says, I give up. I have to buy Bitcoin. If they make a strategic reserve and other countries get in line, I will never be able to live with myself if I miss the boat. It looks like pure stupidity has won. No, pure stupidity was not buying Bitcoin 5 years ago. All right. Yeah, I love this. This is a beautiful name right here. Yes. Yes. And then the frugal mogul. I mean, I just don't listen. It's fine. I get it. I get it. Nope. I don't care if it goes to 1 trillion. I'm not participating in nonsense. Okay. That's fine. You know, like, listen, lots of people get wealthy not investing in the SPY. Lots of people get wealthy not investing in Bitcoin. But, you know, whatever. I digress. You know, I'm not even going to be cheap and be like, oh, stay poor, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to agree with Jack Nicholson here. All right, moving on. So I don't think we're going to have a left-hand cycle. I think we're going to have a right-hand cycle because we've never seen the type of pro-crypto regulation that we are going to see in the United States with the Trump administration. We have never seen a pro-crypto SEC chair. We have never seen, potentially, cryptocurrencies across the board not being classified as securities and being classified as commodities. And into the loving arms of Hester Pierce, to the loving arms of Mother Crypto. We have never seen a sitting, well, soon to be sitting, US president actively buying Chainlink. We've never seen a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Act. We have never seen these things. We've never seen the Bitcoin ETFs. And keep this in mind. The more the big players buy Bitcoin, the less we're going to have the 80% corrections. Look at the SPY. On average, if the SPY corrects like 20%, it is the end of the world. The end of the world. The larger Bitcoin gets, the larger key players get into Bitcoin. That's what Bitcoin will become. Too liquid, too big to fail, too big to rig, if I may, if you would, if you prefer. The unstoppable honey badger of Satoshi Nakamoto. Let's see here. Cryptonomics, curious about your analysis on Polkadot over the next week. We will definitely cover that. M3TZ says, what's my opinion on old altcoins like EOS? Is it likely that they will ever reach their all-time high again? So I personally absolutely despise EOS. I think it's terrible. I think that it's been one of, and it's because it reached so many people, and I just know so many people that bought EOS. I never bought EOS. I've traded EOS, but I think it's a huge scam. I think EOS is not going to reach its all-time high ever again because it's garbage. But the kind of joke that we were throwing around last week, I can't remember who said it, but it was very sage, whoever said it in our chat. He's like, you know, it's the top when things like EOS, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash like start making new highs. That's when it's like, all right, okay, the market's way too hot if we're pumping EOS and Bitcoin Cash right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, for like the large cap garbage, for me, that's like EOS, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. It's kind of all that comes to mind at the current point in time. Other things like, obviously, like we could probably lump a lot more things in there. Yeah. So no, I don't think EOS will hit its all-time high. But you know what? For the lulz, we'll take a look at EOS, and we will try to come up with a game plan for you. Okay, M3TZ. Other than that, All right, so that's where we're at in the cycle. All right, and maybe I didn't cover the rough points. So not left hand cycle, right hand cycle, maybe all the way to the top. My price estimate for this cycle is above $200,000. All right. You've probably said your opinion on quantum computing versus Bitcoin, and I probably missed that. Can you share a few thoughts on the subject? So I just defer to the smartest person in crypto, which is for me, that's like Adam Back, and what the Bitcoin devs are saying is that, yeah, like this is cool and everything, but we're 5 to 10 years away. So we're 5 to 10 years away at current pace from having any sort of risk. The Bitcoin blockchain is not at risk. The block reward cannot be beaten. Essentially, it's not at risk. They already have the code. We already have quantum resistant code. All right. And so the worst case scenario that we might have to have in the next 5 to 10 years is some sort of organized, snapshot and chain rollover period on Bitcoin to make the block reward mining process quantum resistant, and then to make the elliptical curve, which is the encryption or the process by which public and private keys are derived. That would be much more at risk, the public private key. The actual Bitcoin blockchain, absolutely not. They already have the code. That would be super easy to roll over to quantum resistant. And as far as I know, they already have the B-flow. We won't, no. We won't be having there will be no bears in this chat, man. No, there's none of that, man. You just take that bear talk right on over to Crown's Crypto Cove. All right, like you just go right on over there. Love Crown, but again, I think he's wrong. That this cycle is going to top out pretty soon. What was I saying? So yeah, I don't think that quantum computing is as huge is a risk to Bitcoin. If anything, it's probably going to be a boon to crypto, because the thing is, what do we know from criminals and technology, right? And generally, when I say criminals, I mean things that aren't like controlled by the government, Bitcoin being one of those things. They are the first and quickest to adapt to new technology. So we do quantum mining. We can do quantum resistant ECCs. Can't convert early wallets. That might not be a bad thing, because the vast majority of the early Bitcoin is considered lost or gone for forever, because listen, literally, like vast big numbers of Bitcoin like have never moved. So, and you should roll over wallets anyways because of bit rot. So every like 4 to 5 years because of bit rot. So yeah, I think it's not, I don't want to undercut it and say that it's not a big deal. It certainly is a big deal, right? Quantum computing is super cool. It's going to potentially really change the way we do a lot of things, but Bitcoin is simply going to adapt to that. And Adam Back and all the Bitcoin devs have already have the game plan for quantum computing as far as Bitcoin, as far as it applies to Bitcoin. There needs to be a nice solution for the elliptical curve, which they say they already basically have. And then as far as the actual blockchain itself, that's rock solid. They literally already have the quantum resistant code for that. There's already quantum resistant protocols out there. So that'll be easy. And then probably we see a shift over like 10 to 50 years, or maybe even faster if it's so vastly superior in practice, a shift to quantum mining. The thing with quantum computing though, and like this thing that they just did, it's cool. It's a benchmark, but what they did was not like insane. It was just a new benchmark on a niche problem that they were able to solve very, very quickly. They're still, again, like 5 to 10 years away from even being able to feasibly take a crack at ECC. And then here's the other thing too. It's not as if, here's the thing, these quantum computers are insanely expensive, highly centralized, and there's not like billions of them out there. So what would have to happen is literally like a few people around the world, like a few companies, like a few huge public companies like Google would have to, there's no way they could privately go after Bitcoin or private addresses. If all of a sudden private addresses or the ECC curves and the private keys were being hacked, that would get out very, very quickly in today's information age. And there would only be a few potential suspects, and they're not like private billionaire oligarchs. They're publicly traded tech companies. And they would likely go to prison. And they would shut that down. So, US cryptos are not only on board with BTC, but was a seed round investor for Chia and Didex. Probably nothing on that XCH. XRP to the moon. Yeah, XRP is going to continue to pump, man. XRP's going places, dude. Next stop, your local bank. All right, probably not. Credit union, yeah. MVRV ratio has still not made a new high, still chilling at 2.57. We still have much higher to go. As far as the cycle goes, we don't really get concerned until we get to above an MVRV of like 3.5 is when the last two previous cycles topped, and the one before that we got all the way up to like 5 on the MVRV. So still, we're only like halfway there. We are just at the beginning of the euphoric bull phase of the market. Fresh Mink's long signal on Ethereum, you love to see it. Let's just go ahead and probably take that so we can get a live trade in. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Get that Quadrigo going. Why? Oh, we can just get some exposure here. What are we going? 40.14, 39.14. Yeah, let's just go. All right, what do we got? Isolated 10x. We'll just do like 2,000, like a $20,000 trade. And then what were our, I just completely forgot. Bloop, 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 bloop. Ah, bloop. 40.14. Why is that all weird? 40.14 and 39.14, right? Is that right? 39.14 and 40.14. That sounds good. Let's go 40. Oh, no. 40.14. I don't understand. Oh, duh, stupid. Ethereum. Guys, don't laugh at me. All right. I've only had one cup of coffee so far. 2,000. Come on, guys. All right, I'm good with it. Let's go. All right, long ETH, not bad. Like I said, trading ETH is like a time, just a bit risky today because but we should probably just like, let's check back in with Minx. We're really late for the long signal on Minx. Yeah, so we're just going to take the fresh signal on Ethereum. Of course, you know, we do have, I cooked up this strategy. I posted this in our Discord too, by the way. So you guys can definitely go grab this strategy. I just cooked up this. I was kind of bored on Saturday and I wanted to cook up a pullback strategy. I already have one that's a little bit better than this, but I kind of wanted to start fresh and use the guppies. So this strategy, you can go to our Discord. It's in the Coding and Algos channel, and you can get this code. All right. Here is the strategy. It's 78% profitable. Its max drawdown is 5.48. Now, it does need some work as far as its net profit. All right. But this is a nice, consistent, easy, lower time frame thing that you could automate. And I think that there is vast improvements. Again, I posted the code. I did the basic bare bones. And so the next step is obviously getting this dramatically up. The ways that we typically do that, the next steps would of course be doing not discretionary, but the position sizing part of the code where it actually continues to scale up. Right now, it's just buying in this strategy, like 1 Bitcoin for every buy. Although I did add pyramiding in. So essentially just the way this strategy works is anytime the 4-hour and the 30-minute guppies are bullish, if the 5-minute RSI pulls underneath 50 and then crosses over its moving average, it buys. So that's we're in a bullish trend. We got the condition for a dip, which is RSI below 50, and then we have an impulse, a trigger, which is the RSI showing some bullish momentum and crossing above the moving average. It'll pyramid into 5 positions. You could go up to 10 if you wanted to. And then it exits on a 5-minute overbought RSI. I tried a couple of different things. You could, of course, do a lot with it. But yeah, this is a nice, easy, profitable strategy. You guys can have it for absolutely free. And just today on BTC, let's see here. I need to put in events and session breaks. Yeah, so just today it bought here, 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 and here, and then it sold on the overbought RSI right here. So not bad. I do prefer, so this is my slightly improved version of this, the one that I've had for a while, but it doesn't actually use guppies, just EMAs, but same basic concept. That's what I have running right now. And then a breakout strategy, which is new 5-minute high. You can change the aggression. Normally I run it on 30-minute, new 30-minute high if all trends are bullish. What just happened? I lost everything. I lost chat. Brando Commando, let's go pump through Christmas. You know it, brother. It's happening. And thanks for supporting us over there on Rumble, brother. But yeah, breakout strategy is really good to go. And like I said, well, I don't know. I said too much. Wanderer says EOS is already 3x'd. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. Like, again, we'll look at it, right? And you know, take what I said about like take what I said about, you know, like that with just, you know, the tiniest like grain of salt. You know what I mean? Just kind of shit. I don't like X though. I hate EOS. Okay, let's get into the what is happening to my chart here, guys? This is insane. Precision 2. Okay, that was a lot. I don't know if I can deal with that. That is a lot of things on my chart right there. That's okay. I'm not too upset about that. I do want, here we go. Sorry, I gotta do some housekeeping. Values. Oh dear, here we go. Okay, I should have just done, all right. Okay, so let's just go to settings, apply to all, and then apply these indicators to entire layout. And then we just got to take VWAP off here, here, and here. And then here, and go this one, and here, and this one. Okay. I think that's better. It's a little better. All right, still a lot, but whatever. Normally, just so you guys understand, I have a big curved screen that I normally do everything. And so and this is just my streaming setup. I just have 2 monitors here. And I do plan to consolidate all that. I just haven't done it yet. Anyways, Bitcoin, we got that bullish 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute trend. We got a bullish 4-hour trend, bullish daily trend, daily breakout confirmed. Trading above the daily point of control, trading above all major moving averages, pouring some fresh coffee here. I feel like it's going to be a long stream. This is the best way to make coffee, in my humble opinion. French press, or I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge fan of cowboy coffee. All right, if you don't know how to make cowboy coffee, it's just super simple. It's exactly how I do it when I camp. I love to camp. Put the water in the pot, put the pot on the fire, put the coffee in the pot. Let the coffee boil. Take the pot off the fire. Add cold water, makes the ground sink to the bottom. Pour coffee in the cup. Simple, easy. Anybody can do it. Loving it. Oh, what the hell, man? B-Flow. Did you take your meds this morning? I meant it as a joke that the top. Oh, yeah, right. No. Well, yeah, you guys, you know, Yas pumped, man. So, you know, time to sell everything. All right. As far as thank you. Thank you very much. All right, enough coffee. Let's talk. Key levels on the daily. Let's talk about it. Key levels on the daily, as we can see here, as the trading session opened up today, Bitcoin pumped into the value area high. It did then sell off. We had dip, lower high, and then kind of our second big dip here. So 2 drives into the value area low, and then a huge explosion trading above the previous daily high. So we've made a new high today twice. You love to see it. We are currently holding with consolidation in the value area high. Current 5-minute buy zone is going to be aggressively around 105,848. We have that 5-minute 200 SMA creeping up at 104,998. And this is kind of exactly what I've been talking about for quite a long time. Usually, and this is the same concept, as we can see here, when that 200 SMA catches up with price, it usually gives price the excuse to pump. All right. And if price is very far away from the 200 SMA, you either hold on tight or you expect a pullback reversion to the mean. Our value area, we didn't even talk about the VWAP. VWAP, Jesus, come on. So daily point of control is sitting at about 104,730. Daily VWAP is sitting at 105,327. So Bitcoin is trading above the most profitable area for intraday buys right now. We probably are in the short term in the 5-minute sell cycle. So unless we're going to continue on into price discovery, the next pullback would want to be the opportunity you want to target right now. Let's see here. We can see that Bitcoin found support at the 10-minute 200 SMA. Life is good. We now have that bullish uptrend right now. And again, that's sitting at about 105,403. 30-minute, that 200 SMA is creeping up and acting as good support. But on the 30-minute, more bullish, we have the short-term EMAs, the 30 and the 50 actually acting as strong support for our 30-minute guppy bands here, which are kind of representing that as well. Bitcoin trading strongly in the fast guppy bands right now. As well as in the 4-hour guppy bands. We haven't really had any big 4-hour pullbacks since the big dippity dip. That 4-hour 200 SMA acting as very, very, very strong support and continuing to creep up. 4-hour buy zone then would then be a return back to the aggressive guppy bands, again about 104,539. So 104 to 105 if we do get a pullback today, unless we're just going to continue into unfettered price discovery, which if we do just continue on into unfettered price discovery, which is probably the higher probability, given what Bitcoin is looking like right now. Looks like we are gearing up for another push. You want to be a little bit careful trading altcoins right now, because usually when Bitcoin enters into price discovery, i.e. breaks out, makes a new high, liquidity, altcoins tend to dip because liquidity runs back into Bitcoin. So the strategy is, if Bitcoin is very bullish and breaking out, you really just want to have your assets in Bitcoin. You really just want to have your trade on Bitcoin. And Ethereum kind of is okay because it's usually a proxy, usually will follow along with exactly what Bitcoin does, but that correlation is not 100%. So again, you guys take your own risk. Obviously I longed Ethereum, but that's because I got a signal and I trade my bot, whatever. I trade my system because it makes me money. And everything that I say, all of this analysis, it makes me money, but I will be honest with you, it's the bot, it's the strategy that makes me the most money. It's smarter than me. It's not always right, but it's consistent. All right, we can see on the daily time frame in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, price consolidated at our daily point of control. We're gonna have to zoom in there, otherwise that point of control is gonna change. We consolidated at that daily point of control for quite a while, basically since making that high on November 21st. So we basically had a nice, I'd say since almost a month, right? 3 weeks from November 21st to approximately December 11th before we kind of we just grinded for 3 days this level of resistance, and now we've had 2 days of nice breakout. Today is a confirmed daily breakout, or at least it will be at daily close. So overall, I think life's good. Markets look really good. I think Bitcoin's going to continue on up. Everything is great. Weekly time frame, obviously extremely bullish. There's not much else. I mean, really, there's just not much else to talk about. On the 30-minute time frame, we do have peaking volatility, so not a bad place to take, kind of short-term intraday profits, maybe 50%. Continue to let ride if we are going to accelerate. 4-hour though is just breaking back above. We had low volatility, kind of leading up into the 4-hour breakout right here. Volatility dropped pretty low. Let's expand the 4-hour chart right here. Let's see here. 4-hour RSI is a little overbought, but that's totally fine. If we are going to continue on in price discovery, that RSI will just continue to remain overbought or even diverge away from price. The stochastic, Chase, good stat, man. Over the past year, Ethereum is about 0.6 correlated. Excellent. So 4-hour volatility still has a long way to run before we get overheated. So again, overall, I think life's good. And then, like I said, if we want to talk about daily volatility dropped to a rock in this consolidation period right here. And we are just now heading up. So overall, life's good. Did have some, of course, overbought RSI, but that goes back all the way to over here. And then we had some divergence. We kept getting bearish divergence. But again, that's why you can't just trust momentum oscillators, because they don't understand how bullish Bitcoin is. So I'm not too worried about that whatsoever, nor am I really worried about the overbought RSI on the 30-minute time frame. Other than that, I mean, Bitcoin looks really, really good, guys. I think that we are going to be hitting $120,000 to $125,000. That's my price target by Christmas. I don't want to hold myself to Christmas over the next 2 to 4 weeks. All right. So it could be Christmas, it could be the first week of January, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that is what my strategy is saying. That is what, in addition to that, that's also what my discretionary analysis is saying. So both my automated strategy so both my trading strategy and my discretionary analysis are both pointing at $120,000, $125,000. So life's good. Yeah. So do not miss the boat, ladies and gentlemen. Do not miss the boat. So we probably go to 120, 125 over the next 2 weeks. Altcoins either just chill. I mean, we'll just have to kind of wait and see, right? Today will be a kind of a good example, but you don't really fully know, right? You don't really fully know what altcoins are going to do once Bitcoin really starts blasting. Again, typically they pull back. But I think, again, this is exactly what I've been saying for weeks. We want to identify and focus on, and that's what I'm currently doing, the altcoins that really don't dip that hard, because once Bitcoin reaches a new level and starts consolidating for either a pullback or a continued push to 150 maybe, then that's when altcoins are going to fly. And that's when we're going to see our altcoin season index jump right back up, right? We were not in altcoin season long enough. All right. We got there, pulled back. We're going back. All right. We're going back to altcoin season. It's going to happen. But if Bitcoin's going to rip, that is going to delay us probably a little bit. So I still have the entries that I currently have open. I still have all my open trades. I haven't closed anything out, with the exception of, as I posted to everybody, Solana, which is literally what we're going to cover here in just a few minutes. So let's just wait. We'll cover Solana here in a little bit. Ethereum. We've got that bullish 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, 4-hour trend, bullish daily trend, bullish weekly trend. Life's good. Key levels on the daily. Intraday, if you would. Today, if you prefer. Heute, if you insist. Das Mergen. We've got our daily point of control coming in at 3,952. Ethereum just consolidated there, holding the bullish 5-minute momentum and is breaking up. We likely easily push up to 4,000 right now on this advance into the value area high, where we do have resistance. The VWAP right there at the point of control, 3,950. Value area high, which is where we're going, 3,990 to 4,028. So my profit target is 4,014 short term. And we have our value area low at 3,847 to 3,912. Unlikely that we get a return to the value area low today. That would be bearish. That would be not good to see. 5-minute volatility still has quite a bit of ways to go before we get overheated. As far as the 10-minute time frame is concerned, again, the 10-minute 200 SMA acting as strong support. We deviated just a little bit, right? So a little bit more extreme volatility than Bitcoin. 30-minute 200 SMA also acting as extremely strong support, and Ethereum just really, really pushing for it right now. Beautiful to see. 4-hour time frame. We might be on the verge of a big breakout here, and I'll tell you why. Because look at this. Look where the point of control is. All right, point of control for the market since, again, December 5th, basically. So when Ethereum's kind of range consolidation began, this is the point of control. This is where people got a little too enthusiastic. People really sold into the short right here, and then a lot of people bought and sold here. And now we are breaking above that level, breaking above, hopefully, this level of resistance that we've been having for a while, clearing the point of control. I think if that happens, we're going to push higher into the 4,000s. It's not just going to be like, oh, we come up here and wick, like, oh, no, we're probably going to 4,500. 4-hour 200 SMA is really good. 4-hour volatility got extremely flatlined right here, and now we're having that breakout. And again, we could bring Tyler on here, who can show you how to become a really wealthy in crypto by just looking at the BBWP. You wait until volatility is low and you trade in the direction of the breakout. It's not more complicated than that, according to Tyler. And Tyler does really well for himself. All right. Dude drives around in a van and trades crypto because he wants to. Love that, man. All right. Obviously and also the 4-hour momentum bands there on the 4-hour time frame as well, holding that as support, that 30 and 50 EMA on the 4-hour. Very, very good. Daily time frame is extremely bullish. We haven't even had it, like, obviously we had the dippity dip a couple days ago, or last week, but I'm not too concerned about that because besides that deviation, we have held the very aggressive fast daily guppy band, and life's good. So any pullbacks to that 10 daily moving exponential moving average, you just buy. And we're breaking above that level right now. So yeah, sailing into the value area high, Ethereum rocketing along. Life's good. Solana, Solana's a little bit more bearish. We do have a bullish 5-minute trend, a bearish 10-minute, 30-minute, and 4-hour trend. The daily is bullish, okay? So we are in that big daily pullback zone. So Solana is probably a good buy right here. I am gonna wait until we regain that 4-hour momentum. As you can see, I did enter Solana on the dip. It was one of the few big coins that I did enter on the dip. And we pumped up to above 230. My take profit targets, my average entry is 212. Take profit targets were 220, 230, 240. We hit 220, 230. And then I put my stop loss at 212. Probably should have just set it at 220 because then I would have made more money, but I didn't. So I only added, where is our altcoin? Here is our model portfolio. We're up 38.35% and closed P&L, but then we have all of these positions, which is probably going to bring us up to about 50% growth of the altcoin model portfolio. And yeah, so here we go. Solana, we only added 1.40% to the portfolio, P&L of 1,990. Again, that probably could have been about $3,000 and we could have increased almost 3%, but oy vey. So la vie. Or c'est la vie. Is it c'est la vie or so la vie? C'est la vie. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Say it louder. Key levels on the daily, we do have that point of control. Basically right here, I liked this. The point of control was the previous dip. All right. We had a little bit of a breakdown at the point of control, came back up, rejected twice, and now in a breakout, looking to break above not only that, but the 200 SMA on the 5-minute time frame. So key levels on the daily, we have that point of control at 217.65, the VWAP at 219.25. Value area high is 224 to 228. Value area low from 209 to 214. Again, with Solana, it is possible that we get another dip into that value area low. Looking at where we're at on the daily, though, I would say that that's probably a little bit more bearish than we want, and why I'm kind of staying away from Solana until we regain the 4-hour momentum. I know we're in the daily buy zone, but I made money. I've made money on Solana shorting it twice and now longing it. And as far as trades go, I'm just going to chill until we regain this 4-hour momentum. We are overall, though, kind of putting in that rectangular pattern of consolidation underneath the 4-hour 200 SMA, which is, as I pointed out many, many times, usually kind of the optimum low leveraged long swing entry position. So we were looking for like a 3 or a 5x leverage position on something like Solana for a big win, for a big move, for a big trade, potentially new high at the bottom of the cycle. We do have a pullback now to the daily 4-hour momentum bands, as well as that daily 30-50 EMA buy zone. All right, a breakdown from here is going to be pretty gnarly. That 200 SMA, which is our next level of potential dynamic support, is all the way down at 166. Being realistic, Solana probably doesn't do that. Solana probably bottoms here, but I'm just going to chill because we are making lower lows and lower highs. But again, this is also that 3 drives pattern, 1, 2, 3. That's why I was bullish on Solana in the first place. So things I'm watching for is Solana breaking above the 4-hour level of resistance here around 225. Regaining that daily SMA, that 10 daily SMA around 227, and then I'll probably buy the breakout, and then I'll probably be buying any dip on Solana. So overall, that would be my strategy for today. Well, I guess I didn't really talk about my strategy for the day. My strategy for the day is to do nothing. Okay, on Solana. XRP, look, you know what's funny? I was writing my report. I'm long on XRP. Okay, I'm long on XRP, giga long on XRP, and I was writing my report this morning, and like Solana was flag, like I was writing my report around here, and I had XRP up, and then all of a sudden, bloop, 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 bloop. I was like, okay, right, let's go. Yeah, XRP is not going anywhere. Okay, we got that bullish 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, 4-hour daily, of course, weekly. We have the point of control on the daily. Let's get zoomed in here. Point of control on the daily, coming in at $2.40, which is basically where that 205-minute SMA is at. The daily VWAP is a little bit higher, around $2.44. XRP currently at 253. Big blast off right there. Overbought RSI. BBWP getting peaked. Nice little pullback profit taking, but I think we probably continue to climb intraday for XRP. So this might be a good entry. I only have bots running on Bitcoin, so I'm obviously not like intraday trading XRP. Nothing automated, but this would probably be a good dippity dip. But I am, of course, I did enter BTC. I did not enter BTC. Yeah, there's a reason for that. I did not enter BTC. All right, so Ethereum almost at our profit target. We're going to be guapping up like $250 here pretty soon. And back to XRP. We will make a decision here in a little bit. Maybe XRP is the play. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean it's faking the up move? Did people not buy? I'm just giving you shit. I know what you mean. But we'll talk about the things that need to happen. I get your skepticism. All right. We talked about that. I think we already talked about the key levels. As far as the more important things go, let's go to that 4-hour time frame and get zoomed in here a little bit. Key things to pay attention to. Look where that point of control is at. That point of control is right in the middle of XRP's trading range, and we have been locked in a tight range basically between $2.50 and $2.20 with 2 deviations. This deviation here to the upside, this deviation here to the downside. This is a strong 4-hour candle. This is a decent amount of volume. I quite like this. I'm gonna like this if the 4-hour. I'm gonna really like this if the 4-hour closes above $2.50. But you're right. All right. XRP 4-hour volatility is extremely low here. So because 4-hour volatility is extremely low and we're breaking to the upside, closing like this, I mean, principal trading says trade in the direction of the breakout after a volatility drop. Blah. It is possible because XRP went up so high, has so many potentially like potential sellers that we do consolidate a little bit more too. But I mean, overall, I mean, listen, the retail enthusiasm, the general enthusiasm, the sentiment around XRP is super hype right now. And one thing I've learned in crypto is you do not fade hype. So pretty bullish on XRP. I'm really gonna like this if we do close here above the $2.50 level of resistance. We'll see. Again, XRP might have to consolidate a little bit more, but anyways, like I said, I'm long to the gills on XRP, and I'm just gonna continue to hold that because I did re-enter at 206 on the dippity dip. That's about it. Other key important things. So I want to see us close above 250. Obviously, it would be even better if we can take out this daily high at like 260 would be really good. But of course, closing above 250 will kind of be the first step on that. Daily RSI is of course overbought a little bit and pulling back, and daily BBWP is pulling back a little bit. But again, I think the key thing to watch there is the 4-hour. Chase says, I will buy XRP if it crashes again. Hey man, you do that usually, you know. There is a concept of time in the market versus timing the market. And I love and appreciate and respect that. But crypto has a really bad tendency to leave people behind. Okay. Dogecoin. My one, my true, my love. Dogecoin, did you know that a hacker found an exploit and knocked like 69% of all the nodes offline? I do believe they have since recovered. Crypto thinks, Cryptonomics says XRP likely comes back to $2 before we get crazy. Quite possible. XRP seems to follow a historical trend of massive spikes then crashes. Well, I mean, that's what crypto doesn't, man. Just show me a crypto that doesn't do that. Yeah, and so that's the thing, right? Look at this. Dogecoin did not care. Nodes got knocked offline. We don't care. right? As long as Elon has not been assassinated, just coin's going for it. Unfortunately, my Department of Government Efficiency meme coin is not doing so hot. But whatever, life's good. I'm holding the meme coin for the lulz. It's less than 1% of my portfolio. But anyways, Doge has that bullish 5-minute, 10-minute trend, bearish 30-minute trend, bearish 4-hour trend. But that might be about to change. 4-hour volatility is extremely low. Daily volatility is pretty darn low too. Key levels on the daily. Let's get the 5-minute popped open here. Point of control on the daily is coming in at 40 cents. Specifically not 0.4, not 212. Our VWAP is coming in at not 0.4, not 364. Our value area high, which is where we're currently at right now, is going to be not 0.41117 to not 0.41841 is the value area high. So just most logical place to take profit for intraday swings. If you did happen to buy in a value area low, overbought RSI, peaked BBWP. Oh, life's pretty good. Yeah, BBWP is at 97.62%. Value area low, on the other hand, is not 0.38887 to not 0.39611. I don't think I've ever read out all 5 digits before, but I did today because I love you guys. So all that being said, like, oh, the 5-minute looks, look at the 4-hour, okay? Look at the 30-minute, all right? Beautiful swings on the 30-minute. It is, of course, we do have resistance here, so it is possible we just continue to range, just looking at the 30-minute. So I'm fine. A contrarian strategy here is fine. We are oscillating around the 30-minute 200 SMA. So when we're oscillating around the 200 SMA, which we are kind of right now as well on the 4-hour, you typically want to have your range strategy on. All right. So if you are doing short-term time frame trading on Doge, on the lower time frames, not talking about like positioning for swing positions on the 4-hour or the daily, then what you want to have on right now is your range strategy. So of course, selling resistance and buying support, because that hasn't changed. And then of course, once we make a new high, you close that strategy out, you switch into dip buying mode. We are at support. Okay, 40 cent support, 46 cent resistance. We put in this nice consolidation underneath the 4-hour 200 SMA, which is something I watch for. Doge holding up pretty well. Strong support here at about 39 cents, where we actually deviated. Our previous support was about 40 cents, as I said. This goes back all the way to actually previously over here. It was resistance throughout November, and then it became support throughout December, and then we deviated. So we're holding higher lows right now, and Doge looking to break above the 4-hour level of resistance right now in the 4-hour momentum guppy bands right now, especially BBWP flatline, low volatility, and we seem to be breaking out in the direction to the upside. So principal trading would say go long. I'm also quite long on Doge. Doge is one of my biggest holdings, spot holdings, and life is quite good. It goes block stack and Doge, which is crazy. Is the Department of Government Efficiency close to a bottom, in my opinion? I mean, listen, I really want it to be, but we also have to just be very, very mindful that it is a meme coin. It is probably one of the, it's got a huge community, a lot of people in it. It's got a good website, good memes, great narrative, okay? And I think that narrative can be very, very strong in 2025. So that's why I'm gonna hold it, because I've seen meme coins. If you look at things like Pepe, you look at things like Brett, you look at basically any meme coin. Meme coins fall into 2 categories, right? Well, 3 categories. There's 3 categories of meme coins. There is the first category of meme coins, and this is the category that I am betting the Department of Government Efficiency falls into. That category is a meme coin that, of course, launches, does whatever it does on its initial launch, right? Usually like pumps quite a bit, pulls back, like goes sideways, and then pumps again. So the type of meme coin that I'm trying to describe here is something that can pump, have large corrections, and then reaccumulate and continue to pump and reach new highs. Big corrections, reaccumulate, pump, continue to reach new highs. So those are going to be our Pepes, our Bretts, our Fwogs, the things that have been around for a while. And Dogecoin, honestly, too, like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, right? These things have gone through very large corrections, but managed to spur enough community support and investment and belief and memes and exposure that they continue to pump up and get bought. Then you have the second type of meme coin, which is So the first meme coin is obviously the rarest. The second type of meme coin is the second rarest, and that is going to be the meme coin that launches, puts in its initial pump, and then it's just done for, right? It's not going to reach new highs. It's going to come back. It'll still pump up and do things like 100, 200, 300% movements, but compared to like the 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x of the initial like momentum hype wave, that's never going to happen. So that's the second type of rarest meme coin. And then you have every other meme coin, which like launches, like 2 people make money and then it goes to 0, or like 0.00001, which is, you know, things don't really actually go to 0, but you get my point. So I can't predict better than anybody else. Like, I wouldn't have been able to predict back when Pepe launched that it was going to reach a $10 billion market cap. You just can't predict things like that, right? And we can use technical analysis, of course, that's fine. But in my estimation, when it comes to meme coins, you know, you want to have some meme coins in your portfolio. I recommend having like 5 to 10% of your portfolio in meme coins. So, and with that, the strategy is buy and hold for that for the most part, you know, like trust in your coin, sell it when we get to the end of the cycle, and bada boom. So I will continue to hold Department of Government Efficiency. Might go to 0. But it is what it is. But technically, I mean, we are at support. We'll look at Department of Government Efficiency here in a little bit. But meme coins have this kind of trick of like not really respecting support because of low liquidity. So back to Doge. Critical thing here is I'd like to see us close and continue to push above the 4-hour point of control right here. Otherwise, we're probably going to continue to range. All right. Other than that, other things I'm watching this week are going to be Rose, BOEM, Cardano, Pepe for sure, Ohm for sure, Algorand, HBAR, IOST. I think these all look really good. Most of these, like Rose, IOST, Cardano, and Pepe, are very, very close to their 4-hour levels of support. But Pepe and Ohm, on the other hand, I just think have been insanely strong. Didn't really do any big dips for the most part. I mean, obviously Ohm dipped a little bit, but Pepe held up so strong. Pepe is probably one of the strongest looking charts in crypto right now, and I think Pepe is going to continue to push. You know, we are putting in a little bit of kind of a triangle shaped consolidation right now, and potentially we break to the upside, higher lows and lower highs. So symmetrical triangle consolidation. Cardano, again, very close to that 4-hour level of 200 SMA support. BOEM, of course, another meme coin that is part of my meme coin portfolio. And the only thing I'm like a little bit worried about is maybe like this Head and Shoulders, but I really don't do too much TA on meme coins. I just find ones that I like, and then I sell them when I feel like I've made enough money on them. And BOEM is one that I like. I like BOEM. I like the BOEM community. $69 billion market capitalization. Alex says, I'm thinking of converting half of my BTC into Ethereum. Am I crazy? I mean, listen, that's a tough one because, like I said, if Bitcoin's going to go into price discovery, that it might not be the best time, but Ethereum is also extremely bullish, like for its own separate reasons. We've got the kind of the narrative of the catch-up trade, where, you know, Bitcoin had been Ethereum had been underperforming Bitcoin, and now Ethereum is performing really quite well. So the thing we want to think about is, let's go to, we'll look at global markets and all that stuff here in a little bit. Price predictions. Here we go. I want to look at ETH Bitcoin. All right. So this is ETH Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. As we can see, and still to this day, Ethereum is underperforming Bitcoin, and that trend has not reversed. So Alex, I don't like to be a person who calls the top or the bottom on markets. I just wait until I see momentum reverse, and then I make big structural changes to my portfolio, which is scary. But listen, like, you know, the Ethereum Bitcoin chart has been like quote unquote bottoming for, you know, months. And yeah. I'm totally fine with, I mean, it's not a dumb trade. All right. There's a lot of reasons for it. You've got the carry trade narrative, or actually not the carry trade, but you got the catch up trade narrative, which is probably like the strongest narrative. Like, oh, Ethereum is going to like outperform. But we haven't seen that yet. And I think price is the best indicator. All right. And especially since I feel very strongly about Bitcoin to 120,000, I don't think that's likely to help the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio here at all. So I think you likely want to wait until we start seeing higher highs and higher lows in Ethereum Bitcoin. I would wait for some form of confirmation rather than, well, you know, like it looks cheap. You know what I mean? 2025. So here's the thing. BlackRock and VanEck are already put, or was it VanEck? Maybe it's only VanEck. In their report said that right now their Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs aren't reaching a whole lot of people. And so specifically BlackRock and VanEck in 2025, they're not going to be launching any new altcoin ETFs. They're just going to focus on marketing their currently existing Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. So that should mean that Ethereum for 2025 should be a good year for Ethereum, particularly in USD, but it is unclear right now if it is going to start outperforming Bitcoin. I assume that there, of course, will come a time when it does happen, but it's not happening right now. And of course, it's very sexy and attractive to buy the bottom. And so, listen, if you do that, I mean, I'm not going to like say that you're like, that's not a bad trade. You know, every trader trades their own portfolio and takes their own risk. There's things I see that I bid on when, you know, my own logic would come back to me and be like, well, what do you mean? I'd be like, well, I saw something. I saw it. You know what I mean? And, you know, but no, I mean, me personally, the advice that I would give you is, you know, I think I've just seen everybody posting about like, oh, Ethereum's going to catch up with Bitcoin. Ethereum's going to catch up with Bitcoin. Ethereum's going to catch up with Bitcoin. I've been seeing that for months and months and months, and it hasn't happened. I don't see the confirmation on the chart. And bottom feeder's getting wrecked because we don't run bottom feeder on downtrending markets. So, yeah. I mean, maybe we might be forming a little bit of the Choden balls pattern here, you know? You know, we'll see. Get the breakout. You know what I mean? But a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders pattern there. Pepe. Yeah, you love to see it. All right, what else are we recovering? Yeah, H-bar looking pretty good, holding support, but again, we don't have that forward momentum, and we're kind of far away from that 200 SMA. So H-bar, kind of like XRP, you know, might see a second dip. I don't likely think that's going to happen. Overall, I think most of these altcoins are in really good spots right now, especially like the big ones like Algo, Cardano, and H-bar. I think the American coins are going to continue to pump pretty hard. Again, you know, maybe we do, of course, get another dippity dip, especially if Bitcoin continues to be very, very strong on its push to 120,000. Because again, historically, usually when Bitcoin goes into price discovery, it pulls liquidity out of the altcoin markets, right? So I have to confront both of those simultaneously. One, that from a technical perspective, almost all of these altcoins are in incredible buy spots. They're in incredible buy spots. Rob, I'm glad you could be here with us too. It has been a while since I've seen you on the live stream. Good to see you. But at the same time, I just have to acknowledge the risk that if Bitcoin going into price discovery. Now, having said that, once Bitcoin kind of finishes its pumperoonie, gets to 120, 125, 130, and starts to chill out for a little bit, altcoins are going to insanely rip. They are just going to. So I think both things are easy to deal with. If I think it's a great time to be shopping for spot buys on altcoins, restructuring your portfolio, buying into strength, all right, ditching the weak laggards out of your portfolio. You got to do that. If you're holding stuff in your portfolio that has not performed, okay, you got to get rid of it. You got to get rid of it. You are losing money by holding stuff that is underperforming in this market cycle. Price is the best indicator. Results are the best indicator of performance. And so the things that are doing well are going to continue doing well, because crypto is not a value investing game for the average trader. I'm not talking about retail. They just suck in general. But for the average profitable trader, value investing is not the strategy. Momentum is the strategy. What's hot continues to rise higher. So I think when you look at the chart and you look at things like Aave, Sui, XRP, JTO, Aptos, Pepe, Phantom, and you're like, oh, those things are too expensive. No, I'm going to continue to invest in these like other altcoins that haven't pumped as well. You have the completely wrong thinking. And that is going to hold you back from enjoying and celebrating the big gains that the big winners are going to continue to put in. Using the good. Pepe's green, money is green. What else do you need, dude? It's so simple. What's my take on Avalanche? It has been underperforming a little bit. So Avalanche is one of my holds. So if you look on the chart right here, you are going to see probably my isn't chasing pumps. So this is a great question. Isn't chasing pumps one of the mistakes to avoid though? That is a good question. And you are right. You are right. For trading and investing in general, you don't want to chase things simply because they've gone up. All right. However, because you, and again, that idea generally revolves around shorter term trading, swing trading. All right. If something's been going up for 5, 6, 7 consecutive days, probably not an optimum entry point. Where do we want to be entering? PTP are breakout. PTP, general PTP strategies are going to be breakout strategies, right? Momentum breakout strategies. Some of the best PTP strategies that I've advised people on are going to be new highs, right? But breakouts, but acting on that breakout pretty quickly. So when something is making a fresh daily high and it hasn't been pumping for 7 days and it's been in a period of consolidation, that is usually a good trading signal. All right. That is generally a good sound strategy that works well in cryptocurrency. So, and the lower down the time frames you go, you generally don't want to chase huge, big candles. All right. But you want to be able to differentiate between something that is pretty overextended and been pumping for a while versus something actually on the verge, something actually breaking out from a previous level of consolidation. And then again, the idea of chasing pumps, I mean, you don't want to chase pumps, but everything that I said is true, right? So we have to reconcile this. What's hot tends to float higher. The things that have performed, I mean, and you can go back and you can look at crypto through every other single cycle, right? You had your very strong performers that continue to perform very well. I mean, do I need to, for example, let's just start with Bitcoin. Okay. I want to go to Bitcoin and we're going to go to, all right. We're going to look at the 2020-21 cycle, which is this right here, right? Why are we drawing dots on the chart? Stop. Go away. Okay. You're right. Oh, sorry. Let's go look at the chart. So, hey, so maybe, maybe Cryptonomics is actually just writer and I'm just saying way too many words where Cryptonomics is just basically saying like, nope, you don't want to avoid chasing pumps. Because let's look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin was extremely strong and continued to be strong. And at what point are we like, oh, we're not entering here? Obviously, like here is kind of tricky, but and this was 175 days. And we had already like bottomed after that. We had already bottomed after that and moved up for like a year and a half. So that's my general opinion. So a lot of people think that like this is part like of the cycle being over because they're counting the consolidation period from the bottom to this breakout. Okay. I don't think that's correct. This was the previous high. Okay. And so in reality, I really think that the consolidation was from here to about here, 483 days. And then if we extend it, that was about 707 days. So about 100 days over the breakout period. But the last time we broke out of new all-time high was just the beginning of the euphoric phase in the market, and that phase lasted for about 140 days. So if that occurred here, 140 days is going to be putting us into literally my birthday at the end of March 2025. Okay, life's good. So, okay, sorry. Let's go back to Avalanche. I feel you on Velo. The crypto market can be quite unforgiving. I need to take a break here in like a second. We probably need to do an ad read, but we'll get to that in a second. With regards to Avalanche, let's look at AVAX BTC. Yeah, so listen, and also, but let's not get too over our skis. Let's not get too enthusiastic about that little tiny, like off the top of my head prediction that I just did, because again, that was based on last cycle. Last cycle was a left-hand cycle. 2020, 2021 was a left-hand cycle. Why? Because it was a diminishing return cycle. It was a left-handed cycle because we didn't reach 100,000 last cycle. I think this cycle will be a right-hand cycle. I'm still going to be pretty conservative with my price targets though. 125,000 over the next 2 to 4 weeks, likely 200 to 250,000 by mid 2025. Let's see how we're doing here. All right, nice. Successfully closed trade on the ethers. 1 hour. Oh, you gotta love it. In and out. Life's good. All right, so reaching a high, pull back on Ethereum right now. We've got that 1 minute kind of support down here at 39.75. Pretty nice sells. Probably some of the, no, not really the biggest sells. We saw some pretty big sells over here, but we were much closer to support there. A little overextended. Getting a short-term pullback on Ethereum. Life's good. Gotta love that Mink strategy, guys. Okay. What were we talking about? Avalanche. I'm sorry, guys. Kind of hard for me to like stay on one track because I'm trying to like be attentive to the chat. All right, so let's talk about Avalanche. Avalanche is outperforming BTC holdings over the last, well, since the beginning of November. Avalanche has been quite good. AVAX BTC is kind of at weekly resistance, and so we are getting that first initial pullback. We do have support here in the form of previous resistance and kind of a rising 10 DMA as well. We did kind of get an overextended Minx as well as an overextended MFI. So all of that's pretty natural. We go to the daily time frame and we can see again we were doing that rectangular pattern of consolidation underneath the 200 SMA, which is usually the best optimum entry position on an asset. And we are now breaking above. So of course altcoins against BTC are going to be pulling back as Bitcoin is overperforming. So again, we would hope that this kind of lines up with things kind of losing value. This is why I said this at the beginning of the stream. I've said this like 5 times. I think Avalanche in USD terms has been performing relatively strongly. It is unfortunately not yet been able to make significant highs up against Bitcoin. USDT is not going to go bust. Did 60%. Avalanche also has a nice bit of a boost because it's a top market capitalization coin. Let's look at AVAX market cap as well. Yeah, and overall market cap wise, they're also doing really well. Because after AVAX's obviously initial 2021 pump, we put in strong support at approximately $4 billion market capitalization. We've now broken up from that, pulled back, made yet another kind of macro higher low, and now we are pushing again for kind of that local earlier 2024 resistance and market capitalization. And yes, strong daily uptrend as far as market capitalization goes. Market cap, AVAX, again, altcoins as well, particularly if this is probably what I think is the most likely thing. I think we do continue to see altcoins pull back or stagnate as Bitcoin makes this push to 125,000. However, this is the time to be shopping for your altcoins, because once Bitcoin reaches new said high, altcoins are going to follow along. Bitcoin breaking out means altcoins temporarily dip or stagnate. Once Bitcoin begins to consolidate at its new high, altcoins then go bananas for the catch-up pump. This is how capital rotation works. Always has. So I like Avalanche. It's still one of my largest holds. That was a long answer to a short question. All right, guys, I'm going to take a 1 to 2 minute break so that I can get some water and blow my nose, among other things. We still have about an hour left in the show, about 45 minutes left in the show. So when I come back, we are going to look at low cap coins. We are going to look at some meme coins, and then I don't see anything. I don't see any chart requests, and I don't see any articles. I don't see any Twitter posts that you guys want me to go over. So we will likely go to X and do some shit posting and talk about some more complicated things. Don't go anywhere, guys, or else. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys have not already. We will be right back. All right. Woo. Magnus, good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, Bitcoin coiling up. This little bit of reaccumulation / distribution in the value area high. Might make a strong push. We are, of course, overbought and peaked volatility on the 30-minute time frame, so maybe a little bit of a pullback to VWAP right now intraday, and then continuation overnight tends to be the kind of classic pattern. We are moving into the afternoon in the US markets, and Bitcoin tends to not get a whole lot of action. We obviously saw the United States wanted to push this up, so we're probably going to get some profit taking from most buyers right now. As we are seeing, we're already seeing block trading right now on BTC. So probably a short-term pullback and then continuation overnight. Same with Ethereum. Ethereum is obviously a little bit more volatile. Had that initial push, had that initial sell-off, but then just in the last 10 minutes, right back up to the top of the channel. Ethereum also has much more room to climb. So maybe as Bitcoin cools off, we start to see that capital rotation intraday into altcoins, which is something we can also see as well. As we can see, whereas Bitcoin is quite nice and high on the 4-hour is overbought. On Ethereum, nowhere close. In fact, volatility is dramatically low on Ethereum right now. So I probably should have added on that dip, to be quite honest with you, for intraday trades. Let's go see if we can snipe some other entries. Solana, we're not going to go long on Solana. We already talked about that, but coiling up on the 5-minute time frame, again, might be a beneficiary of capital rotation. XRP as well still has a lot of room to go on the 4-hour time frame, selling off, unable to hold above that $2.50 level of resistance. Pulling back, let's go to the 30-minute. We've got a lot of room to pull back. That was a massive buy candle right there, so we probably do see that gap filled, come down to about like 246. That's where we might want to pay attention. And then Dogecoin as well, again coiling up, a lot of room to go on Doge. So that's kind of what I'm hoping here, is that maybe as BTC is selling off a little bit here intraday, we actually see some capital rotation into the altcoins throughout the afternoon, evening, and then Bitcoin pumps and altcoins sell off. That's likely what we'll see. Let's take a look at we already kind of looked at hot this week. Let's look at our low cap coins. Obviously, Nero is consolidating and unfortunately making lower lows. All right, so Nero, we're kind of done with that position right there. We already hit TP1 on that position. Price pulled back and stopped us out. I don't know. We don't have to delete that, actually. Sorry. We just have to put that back in its proper place and make it understood that that position is not open. I think Ordinals, WaxP look really, really good here. Let's see. Popcat, unfortunately, just was unable to maintain. Back down here at support. Might do good, but kind of just... we haven't had that Coinbase listing. Popcat still has that good fundy because we could get the Coinbase listing. Zig, ooh, nice potential bottom here on Zig. I really do actually like that quite a bit. And Jesus, looking really good. Obviously sniped the bottom. Jesus up, encountering resistance to the 4-hour 200 SMA. Jesus is actually looking really good here. Yeah, holding the lows, higher lows, pushing. We've got sellers here. We've got strong sellers here. But if we can overcome that, Jesus might get back into its nice bullish trend. Beep on Solana. You guys heard me talking about this. Well, I was talking about it here. It did. Guys, come on. 100% since I was talking about it over here in the consolidation area. Currently higher low. Let's see if it comes back a little bit. But I think Beep's probably going to make a run for it. Beep looks really, really good on Solana. That's probably... I'm not playing too many Solana meme coins right now. Beep, and of course I've got my Parcel and my JTO and my Ray. Those aren't meme coins though. And Popcat. So Popcat and Beep I think are the only Solana meme coins that I'm playing right now. And then on TRX, of course, Sundog, and then of course Department of Government Efficiency on Ethereum, and then Brett on Base. And then, of course, Pulse Chain, but those aren't really meme coins. That's just Pulse Chain, Incentive, and Wrapped Bitcoin. Absolutely, Gabe. Let me just look at global markets here real quick and equities, and then I will do your chart request, and then we're going to go to Twitter. Let's look at gold today. Gold, of course, still holding support. All right, holding support at the 4-hour, or excuse me, at the daily momentum bands. 200 SMA is continuing to creep up, but a little bit of a distance away. I think gold is going to continue to consolidate here for a little bit. It has made 2 runs on resistance right now at about 27.20. And I think we are going to push for that eventually. Gold, very bullish. I think gold continues to be very bullish. Silver as well. That daily 200 SMA creeping up, acting as good support. Gold, I think silver is in a much better buy spot right here. Silver seems like a very, very, very good buy. UNG, of course, probably my big play for 2025. I'm fine with this, just like doing its thing. We are at that low level of accumulation right now. I'm looking for UNG to break above that daily 200 SMA and trade up to close to $20. That's kind of my big commodities play for 2025 in traditional marketable commodities, really, anyways. And of course, crude oil futures. I am looking for oil futures to break down. I'm looking for $50 barrels of oil, ladies and gentlemen. That's $1.79 gas at the pumps. Let's go. All these people talking about, oh, groceries are going to get more expensive because of tariffs. Oh my God, energy is going to get cheaper, and energy is the biggest driver of inflation. Stop it. Oh, high prices are just because of like this evil, like corporate price gouging. You guys realize like the profit margins on groceries are like 3%, right? Price gouging my butt. The SPY has a not new high on the SPY. Of course, the SPY is continuing to grind right approximately at its previous all-time high and in the very aggressive fast guppy range, holding that 10 daily exponential moving average. The daily slow momentum bands are continuing to move up, act as support. I would buy any dips down here to around 590, 595, looking very strong. And of course, new high on the Qs. Tech continuing to just go bananas, absolutely explode. New high on the SPY. Do not fade the Qs. RSI grinding that RSI grinding that overbought level, but it's been really basically doing that for quite a while. Yeah, I need dips. Qs look really good. Let's look at U.S. equities here real quick. MicroStrategy gapped up today, might be getting finally to see some movement out of that consolidation that we did at the buy zone, as I said, at the 10 daily exponential moving average. Coinbase again continuing to put in higher highs, higher lows in this kind of long consolidation period that we've had, grinding that 10 daily exponential moving average, again buy zone. Nvidia breaking down as I expected, potentially going down here to about 127. That's where I would look for a bounce right now. SMCI again has really lost momentum. We are back here at support, but SMCI is like the meme coin of the stock market right now, in my opinion. Not too much. Tesla, I told you not to fade it. Gap up today and up another 5%. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Like, no. Palantir is probably going to follow along with Tesla right now. Was following along with Tesla. A little bit of consolidation. The 10 daily exponential moving average is the buy zone right now. Losing that, we are going to see some pullbacks. Vistra has pulled back to the 50 daily exponential moving average in that buy zone between the 30 and the 50. This is a good dip buying spot for Vistra right now. And of course, DJT. I told you guys not to fade DJT. I told you guys not to fade DJT. Break above the 200 SMA and continuing to push. Gap up today, up 4.92%. You love to see it. You love to see it. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Let's just check in with the Mink strategy real quick. We can get rid of Quadrigo, of course. I probably could have gone for more or some slightly like more exquisite profit targets. I did take that Minx long, immediately rewarded. Life is good. Minx called the BTC long here, take profit, called it here, pull back, doubled up here again on the breakout. Life's good. We are getting a take profit long signal right now from Minx on the 1 hour time frame. If like right now, that doesn't matter how we close. Like once we get overbought like that, yeah, we close out. Solana, no long signal as of yet. Kind of getting a little bit chopped up on Solana the last 2 days. That's absolutely fine. And then now let's go into VRA USDT for Gabe Anderson. Gabe, thank you for being around. Veracity on the KuCoinities. We are actually getting a daily short signal, which seems very weird to me. Oh, Minx is programmed wrong. Yeah, is the 30 EMA. Yeah. Yeah, Veracity not looking too hot, man. In a downtrend, we've lost that 10 daily exponential moving average momentum. Bottom feeder did call some dip buys over here, but I don't think that's likely to happen. So Veracity not in a bullish, it is. Okay, so hold on, pause, pulling back, calm. Veracity did have a nice breakout, is overall dipping right now and still in a buy zone right now because we are dipping into that daily momentum band of the 30 and 50 exponential moving average, which is my preferred buy zone. Veracity hasn't been in a very bullish trend prior to this, but of course most altcoins weren't as well. So overall, I think VRA is probably a good buy here. This is kind of the optimum dip buying spot. You've got your 50 exponential moving average coming in around 0.52. So I would be looking for buys on Veracity. Just disregard the Minx short signal. It's not quite tuned quite right to VRA. And we're not taking daily shorts on altcoins right now. We're not in that cycle. I have those strategies turned off right now. So overall, we want to be looking for, like I said, buying dips as Bitcoin continues to push. Liquidity will get sucked out of altcoins. So again, this is the good time to be shopping for spot altcoins right now. Other than that, I don't have any particular alpha or knowledge about VRA. I don't really know anything about Veracity. So I wouldn't want to like rank order it above anything else. But I will of course look at its market cap. VRA. Is market cap not on here? Unfortunately. All sources. We want to go for crypto. Oh, cap. Oh, sorry. Indices. Yeah, there's no VRA index, so I can't pull up their market capitalization. Not on TradingView anyways. Yeah, I mean, listen, we had altcoin accumulation period. We had the first leg of the altcoin cycle. So I think right now, I think this is not the time to be scared. This is overall the time to be aggressive. You've got a nice pullback on VRA. This is the buy zone, the range between the 30 and 50 exponential moving average. So right now, what bottom feeder like bought here with about a 25% stop loss. So that would probably be my recommendation as well. Looking to enter here on something like a 25% stop loss, which would be somewhere around 0.0036. And you want to be going for a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So you want to be looking for 50% to the upside. VRA just did a 222% to the upside. So if we just do a trend-based fib extension from the bottom to the top, and we hope that price bottoms out right about here, then the next leg, just on that same metric, should put us up to about 0.01. All right, so from current price, that's about 97% to the upside, about 100% to the upside, and overall 1.618, which would be more realistic because we expect for the second legs to continue to get more aggressive, would be putting us up around 0.014. Which would be about 182%. So about another 200% to the upside. Take all that with a grain of salt, man. Altcoins are risky, but I think this is the time to be aggressive on the altcoins you like. Which part or quarter of 2025 do you see BTC topping? So we just did some analysis on this earlier. If we kind of have the same traditional cycle that we've had, a normal cycle, or a slightly left-handed cycle, maybe even potentially, would be between March and May. But I think we're going to have a right-handed cycle, which would be putting us around September, November. But I think and again, I think the next 2 to 4 weeks, we see Bitcoin go to 120, 125. And then by March to May, we see Bitcoin between 150, 200. Whether or not we get September, November, like 250, 300, that remains to be seen. I'm enthusiastic, but I also have to be realistic. All right. But thank you, Gabe. I appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you for being on the stream. Yeah, I got clapped back like immediately. Let's go look at Ethereum. Is there a trade on the table? Don't want to fade it. No, no, no. Yeah, I don't have the breakout strategy on Ethereum. Bitcoin looks like it's going to pop to the upside right now. Yeah, BBWP volatility is low. So I'm assuming, yeah, I think we're gonna pop to the upside here, unless this is a fake out 5-minute candle. So just gonna wait for the 10-minute to close. Because we normally don't get dramatic continuation moving on in the afternoon. So most likely we start to see a little bit of pullback right now, maybe back to 104, 105, and then continuation overnight. Maybe even a little bit lower to like 102, which would be fine. That should be a return to the 4-hour momentum area. But price discovery is a powerful thing. So yeah, I think we're seeing what? Solana just sucks right now. XRP pulling back. Dogecoin pulling back a little bit. Doge, XRP, and ETH are most positioned, I think, to pump right now. And I mean, we're just in such good spot buy areas on just about everything that's oversold. It's been sold off a little bit. Like JTO. Oh my God, JTO looks so good right now. Pepe looks so good right now. Aptos looks pretty strong right now. All right, it is that time. Let's go to Twitter. Do I have any notifications? Oh, what is happening right now? No, thank you, Lewis from BitUnix. No, thank you, Crypto Tommy. I do not need marketing. We're just going to grow through word of mouth and trust. Yeah, you know the market's heating up when I'm just getting all of this stuff. No, I don't believe in Dan held signal. Question. Does it take a genius to expect Bitcoin to keep going up? Midi87 says, if you're trying to convince me that Tesla isn't a bubble stock destined for implosion, citing a rising stock price in the absence of new profit drivers isn't helping your case. Do you not consider Elon Musk a profit driver? Crypto culture should move away from using the line wife changing money. All your wives putting up with their degen gambler husbands investing their life savings into meme coins, and all they get in return is the community mocking them. No wonder crypto is made up of 95% men. What a beta thing to say. That's a pretty beta thing to say. Trump confirms U.S. Bitcoin reserve. Forbes predicted $15 trillion BTC raise. I spent 50 hours analyzing market data. Here's what's going to happen next. A thread. Okay. All right. No, yeah, that's all good. All right. The crypto industry is abuzz with the latest news. Trump has confirmed the creation of a Bitcoin reserve worth $15 trillion. This news is truly colossal, as understanding how liquidity works can help predict Bitcoin's price by 2025? I'd say in 2025. History is just beginning to be written, and Bitcoin is on the verge of a massive pump. The roots of this news trace back to Trump's election campaign. Trump spoke with utmost seriousness about a strategic Bitcoin reserve, to which critics responded negatively. Their opinion was that this was complete nonsense, since Bitcoin is highly volatile. Yet within a few months, the information about the strategic reserve was confirmed. Trump wasn't lying. He really plans to buy 20% of Bitcoin's entire supply for the strategic reserve. Is it beneficial for the United States to create a Bitcoin reserve? Absolutely yes. The dollar is gradually losing its dominant position, and the U.S. national debt continues to grow. Bitcoin could become a hedging tool for the U.S., similar to gold, strengthening its role in the digital economy. That last sentence is like kind of word salad nonsense. Bitcoin needs to strengthen its role in the digital economy. No, like Bitcoin is the digital economy. Get the fuck out of here. Alongside this, more and more government officials from different countries are starting to talk about Bitcoin reserves. Brian Armstrong even believes that every government should have a Bitcoin reserve. The reason is simple. Bitcoin has been the most efficient asset over the last 12 years. Again, this is not a native English speaker, or ChatGPT wrote this. No, again, I'm not like dumping on non-English speakers, but what do you mean the most efficient asset? You mean the most appreciating asset over the last 12 years? The amount of Bitcoin on exchanges is already decreasing. I talked about this last week. And with this trajectory, sellers might disappear entirely. Nobody wants to sell. For Bitcoin, this opens a free flight to incredible new highs. The cherry on top of all of this will be the increased crypto adoption if Bitcoin is introduced as a reserve. Every grandma and grandpa will know about Bitcoin, and the influx of new liquidity will be colossal. With $15 trillion in new liquidity, Bitcoin will be nearing $1 million per token. Maybe. I mean, I believed in this from the beginning. And your picks are Popcat and Virtuals. I don't think it listen. I like Popcat. I'm holding Popcat. And I'm holding Virtual. I wish I wouldn't have sold like 50% though. Favorite Sean Connery movie? Ooh. That's a tough one. Like the classic, like From Russia with Love, right? Never Say Never Again. So obviously the classic Bond films, right? But then you've got like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, The Hunt for Red October, The Rock, Highlander, The Untouchables. Oh, I gotta say The Rock though. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Hey, Stick LB, how you doing, man? You missed a lot. We covered all the things. Rewind, catch up, man. We talked about Bitcoin going to $120,000, $125,000 likely by Christmas, but certainly over the next 2 to 4 weeks. Altcoin's probably going to have some liquidity suck, so alt BTC is likely to continue to dip over that kind of same time period. But but it's not going to be all at once, because Bitcoin will pump, consolidate, altcoins will rise. Bitcoin will pump, consolidate, altcoins will rise. So you just got to, in the short term, time that right. In the long term, this is the time to be buying dipped altcoins because the next leg of altcoin season is coming. That's the long and the short of today's message. We need to call privatization what it is: adding a profit tax to a public good. A public post office puts all its resources towards delivering mail. A privatized post office will deliver a larger chunk of its income to shareholders. And what universe is that better? That is better in almost every conceivable universe. Having an actual profit motive is how businesses get better, cut largesse, become more efficient, and deliver a better product and service to the end consumer. If you want to see examples of terribly run businesses, go look at government subsidized businesses like the USPS. Why do you think people prefer FedEx and UPS any day of the week? USPS can't even guarantee a package will get there in under a week. What a joke. Boom. Sharknado? Was Sean Connery in Sharknado? Just look what happened to UST. B-Flow, I told you, dude, we're not going to be having any of that bearishness here, man. You're not, nah, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. Although, hey, listen, so that is kind of an interesting argument, right? Like, listen. The argument being, if you wanted to be bearish, we all know that when the government is buying, companies that are on the government dole are just gonna take longer to complete the project, hire people they don't need to hire, build bridges they don't need to build, right? All of these new expenses crop up when they know that the government's paying, because everybody knows that that's basically unlimited money. So you, as the individual, getting that government contract, and of course I understand that there's competitive contracts, and then there's things that are just like kind of like a free wheel. I'm talking about the free wheel type of government subsidization. If you know that the government is going to buy, I mean, that's literally your exit liquidity. So yeah, I mean, we are going to see, this doesn't mean that Bitcoin is just going to go in a straight line vertically up. There's going to be sell-offs. There's going to be all of this kind of stuff, maybe even new lows, maybe even crashes. The reason why is because you still have a lot of Bitcoin supply held by people who have a profit motive, and they want to take advantage of this. And again, they are likely going to sell into the strength of you know, whatever buying this comes from. Although this also does raise questions about, like, where the hell is this money going to come from, right? Because there are, listen, Trump ran on an economic plan, but all presidents try to run on an economic plan. The reality is that I really hope Trump does do something for the average Americans economically, right? Which tariffs and bringing down the cost of energy is going to be the biggest driver of inflation, and that is not going to happen overnight, but that's the best thing. That's one of the best things he can possibly do. And that's going to be a little bit of a rough road. I agree with the long-term vision, but I don't disagree with the short-term pain. And so, yeah, older Bitcoin holders are still going to continue to sell. And again, we've gone over that metric before. It's actually only when long-term held coins stop being sold that the strength of the bull market tends to fade, and that's when we reach a top. So that's a metric we'll be monitoring every week. But over time, this is stuff that we talked about years and years and years ago. Over time, philosophically, Bitcoin as an asset continually, historically, continues to be transferred from the hands of the speculators into the hands of the users. All right. It is the role of the speculator to take something that's not valued, carry it through time, and deliver it to the population when it is more valuable, when it is widely considered to be more valuable. That's where price value, where value derives from. So yeah, I think that this is overall just the path toward Bitcoin as a better store of value, as a better unit of currency, man. The Fed Reserve is my exit liquidity. You got, God bless you, man. And you are my exit liquidity. All right. All right, we're getting close to the end of the stream. A few more. Let's do a few more. Which government agency do you want to see shut down the most? The most? Department of Education. We gotta save the kids, man. We gotta get them a better education, man. And that's not gonna happen overnight. I get it. It's a long, hard road, but you gotta let localities teach kids the way that they want to. We gotta get rid of this standardized nonsense. And we gotta get all of the stuff that is not helping kids out of the education system. We need more people to volunteer. We need more people to be involved with their kids. We need more people to be better parents, and that's not going to happen if they're being backstopped by the federal government. It's just not going to happen, man. People only take action when they have to. When you pull the safety net away, when you pull the binky out of their mouth, when you rip the band-aid off, we as a culture have to change our reliance, our faith, our trust that the United States government is going to successfully educate our kids into being upright, moral, successful individuals. They have absolutely failed at that mission. Over the last 50 years, schools have been asked to do more and more and more with less and less and less. That has to stop. That has to stop. We have to bring that responsibility back into the household, back to the parents. And we have to make them act. So education has to stop being backstopped by the US government. Otherwise, it's never going to get better. That's going to take a lot of cultural change. And it's going to take a lot of personal responsibility. And so I need you guys to step up and be strong. I need you guys to be strong parents, strong mentors, strong leaders, involved in your community. Sometimes I wonder if Donald Trump realizes we are a nation at war, Eve, because if he did, he would be filling his new administration with retired generals and serious officers from the military and intelligence, not Republican politicians and donors. Yeah, I don't know. I don't disagree. But primarily, I think Trump comes from, Trump views his appointments through the lens of loyalty. Yeah. Controversial, but Greenpeace spent years lobbying to save Virunga Park and failed. Oh, you know what that means, guys. Would have gone bust as a national park if not for Bitcoin mining. Well, we'll find out about that later, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the stream. You guys have been an absolutely fantastic audience. Thank you for all your great questions, your comments. We've laughed, we shared, we made $248. Life is good, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to support what we continue to do here, we do the show every weekday from approximately 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Please support us by smashing that like button. It helps us out more than you could possibly imagine. Subscribe if you have not already. Turn that notifications on so that you get notified when we go live. You can go follow me over on X at cracking_crypto. I post my alpha report every morning and evening. If you guys want to get access to the full unlocked alpha report, as well as all of our automated strategies, our technical indicators, our portfolio reports, our weekly mentoring sessions, and all of our coursework from how to go from an absolute don't know anything about how to build a strategy to back testing like a pro and building your own strategies like they're nothing. You can check out everything that we do at the Crypto Trading Academy. First link in the description. And secondly, go sign up for our BYDFi trading competition. It is our Christmas season trading competition, $2,300 in prizes and growing in prizes to distribute to those who trade along with us. Free to sign up, and you only have to trade over $100 if you want to get entered into the prize pool, which you don't have to do if you don't want to. But head on over there. That second link in the description will give you a VIP level 1 fee advantaged account, 17% off your trading fees. access to over 600 pairs, no KYC or VPN required, up to 200x leverage, and demo trading. Trade responsibly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much on behalf of myself and Cracking Cryptocurrency. Continue to get better, continue to trade better, continue to grow in your own in your own discipline, and your own dignity, and your own understanding of the markets and your own capacities. And it's going to happen every single day if you just keep plugging away at it. This is your time. This is your year. I have the business phone ring, so I'm going to take that. Thank you guys so much. We will be back tomorrow. Trade safely, and God bless you.